On that day it will be said, Behold our God, to whom we looked to save us. This biblical quotation comes from the first reading of today's liturgy, from the prophecy of Isaiah, chapter 25, verse 9. This verse speaks to the future of the people of God, a people who are hungry for meaning, hungry for salvation. There is hunger in the heart of every human being, a hunger or a longing for something so deep. What is this hunger for? For some, it is the hunger for health and security. For some, it is hunger for a good relationship. While for others, it could be hunger for acceptance. This hunger can be so strong that many would push boundaries, do anything just to satisfy that insatiable hunger within. Our hunger is spiritual, and it is only God who can satisfy and fill up the emptiness in our souls. In the same first reading, the Lord invites us to his feast, and he will satisfy every human hunger with the best of all foods. The truth is that our hunger can never be satisfied by anything physical, emotional, or even material acquisitions. Can you think of a time when God intervened in your life to wake you up to that spiritual hunger and fed you with the bread of life from heaven? I have heard veterans describe in the middle of the battle finding the sense of peace with a strong sense of God's presence within them, right there in the moment when they were most afraid. I have listened to grieving families mourning the passing of their loved ones, who even in the depth of their grief are able to name a particular moment when they knew God was right there. And I have seen people with different situations. They felt the presence of God. Certainly, God can meet our needs for spiritual nourishment in ways we cannot imagine, especially when our limited resources are not sufficient. Jesus is the fulfillment of all God's promises, as presented in the gospel reading from Matthew chapter 15. Moved with compassion towards his people who were hungry, the disciples reported to Jesus that what they had will not be enough to feed the crowd. But Jesus came with a solution. Just bring what you have. It all begins and ends with Jesus, our bread of life. Jesus reveals to us who God is in ways we can understand. We may have lost something important due to the pandemic: job, financial security, our family members or friends, experiencing mental health crisis. But you know what? Jesus will continue to remain with us. It is in his nature to abide with us. That is why his name is called Emmanuel, God with us. Not only when things are well, even in the lowest moments of our life, he will always be with us.